Hello and welcome or welcome back. If we have not met, my name is Kate and this is my place. In my place, we do a little bit of planning, cash budgeting, cash stuffing, paying off debt, savings challenges, and so much more as we are building our best life. In today's video, we are going to be checking in with week 1 of October to see how we did, and we are also going to be doing the budget for the second week of October. So if that sounds like something that is interesting to you, make yourself comfortable because we're going to be getting right into the video. Y'all, so we are gonna hop right in as usual to our video. I hope everybody's doing great. My prayers are going out to everyone in Florida who is dealing with the aftermath of the hurricane that just went through. It's devastating to watch, so I can't even imagine what it's like to actually be in that environment. So first and foremost, I am praying that everybody is safe and that they're doing okay under the conditions. So but let's jump in and see how we did for the first week of October for our spending. Like normal, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go right into how we did with our cash spending. So we started out the week with $185. 20 of that went towards Mini Monday savings. 50 of it went towards the Wealthy Wednesday savings. 126 I spent at Aldi's for grocery. And then I had to pick up something at Meijer for $17. I am going to be putting some money back in the bank to cover a miscellaneous purchase. And then I figured this out. So this doesn't count. So this should be still the 63. One of the dollars were sticking together in my wallet and I was going crazy. I pulled $19 from Rodney's envelope to go back to the bank to cover his dog food purchase. And I had a medical appointment and had a $25 copay. My son needed a couple things from the store, so we pulled $55 from his envelope. And then $174 is going back to the bank. So, and then there you can see I fixed the error. So we should have $38 in my cash wallet. So let's pull the cash wallet out and see if that is truly the case. All right, so here's our cash envelopes. We have our receipts. Those will get scanned in to Fetch Rewards later. And then we have major change this week. Major change. So I went and I shopped at Aldi's for the first time in a while, just to see how I did on my grocery budget. And my boyfriend puts his change in his receipts, like right in my change bucket. So, I have a little, it's a little keychain that I can keep with me at all times that is the same size as a quarter. And I use that. It's meant for the Aldi's carts so that you are not always searching for a quarter. And the guy at the register gave me $1 back in quarters to get my little cart fob out of the cart that I had put my groceries in originally, instead of just giving me a quarter because I didn't put the cart like I should have, but I didn't. So I lost a quarter essentially at Aldi's. And the guy, because if you go in there and ask them for a quarter, they'll give you a quarter for a cart if you don't have one. So instead of doing that, I lost a quarter because, yeah. So anyway, I got distracted there for a moment. So we're going to now go back to what we were doing. So we should currently have $38 in our envelopes here, not counting our change. So let's see how much we had left over in grocery. So we had $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 in groceries. In miscellaneous, we have $5 and $6. And then in copay, we have 25. So my kiddo unfortunately came down with whatever virus that I had a week or so ago. So he is homesick, and he was homesick on the day that we go to therapy. So we didn't go to therapy. So this is the $25 I would have spent on my copay had I gone to therapy. So I am going to be rolling this $25 over into next week. So that's going to stay in the copay envelope. And the 1s and 5s that we have here is going to be going into our $1 and $5 savings challenge for an extra debt payment. So I'm going to go ahead and we are going to, I think this is $13. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have $13, and I am going to put, we're just taking $13 away, and it's going to savings. 1s and 5s. And that leaves us $25 that is rolling over into the second week of October. So, got that. So now let's see how we did in the bank. Our salary came in at the $15.13.90. We paid the remainder of our October rent for $600. Our electric bill came out for $178.19. And then we had a debt payment for $13.67, $26.85. And then we had our 4 pay payments of $20.47, which was for Amazon, a DSW for $27.42, a fragrance purchase for $25.63. Another Amazon purchase for $22.75, a TikTok shop purchase for $15.45, Amazon for $33.98. This one is actually a final, our last payment for this particular Amazon 4Pay for $2.89, and then Walmart for $27.04. And then we had Erin Condren for $33.87. I threw $10 in gas in my RDX because I wasn't going to pay for the price of gas at Speedway. Our iStorage came out for $9.99. Everlant subscription for $8.47. XM $14.54. And then I did the unstuffing of our September savings challenges, and we put in $240 of that into the bank account for an extra debt payment. We had Kroger. We stopped at Kroger to pick up a few things, and it was $10.95. I stopped at Myers and picked up a couple things. This particular purchase was for me, so it was a personal expense for $11. And then Rodney's dog food for $19. I've got some groceries, and it was $3.89. And we had change to savings for 65 cents. Another one for 58 cents. My boyfriend's personal spending got transferred over for $40. The remainder of my personal spending got transferred to my account for $29 because I subtracted the $11 that I had already spent. Then we had a dash income of $162.90. And my boyfriend and I on Saturday had a kind of like a date night in. We had Chinese and watched the football game together. My boyfriend had to get gas for $38. I did some spending at Marshall's. Last Sunday, I did some household spending for $11.74, beauty for $8.75, groceries for $13.67, and then I did some additional spending for $24.72. And then we keep on rolling. Gas for the RDX at $59.58. Another dash income for $174.76. One of our extra debt payments for $120.16. And then we had a second debt payment for $120.38. We had a PayPal come out, which was a beauty purchase. I was running out of something and we ordered it online and it was $24.25. We had a change to savings for 42 cents. We had a parking expense come out for miscellaneous for $18.35. I already had $10 for miscellaneous that I keep in the bank account. So the $9 that I had in cash is just getting deposited to cover this expense so that I don't go over on my miscellaneous, if that makes any sense. I did a few more impulsive spending. These were in-app purchases for some games that I'm playing. There was one for $8.47 and then another one for $8.16. And then we had a change to savings for 42 cents. We had a firm payment. This actually, I found out after investigating, this is not under spending. It's actually a for-pay payment that I missed. So this is calculated in the for-pay payments, not under spending, because it is not a new for-pay. And then we had to order some new things for my son, and that was the 5403. And that's where the $55 from his envelope went, is to cover that. And then we had another change to savings for $1.30. So all in all, I think that we did pretty good for the week. I had a few slip ups and did some spending. So in October, I had mentioned in one of my other videos, I am doing a no spend challenge. So this is like no unbudgeted spending. And as you saw, I had some unbudgeted spending. So for every spend day that I have to color in on here, I have to save $2. So the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd of October were in September. So I'm not counting these. So I'm just going to put like little brown X's here because the beginning of October for us was on the 4th. So on Friday on the 4th, we had no spend. We did good. The 5th, we did, I believe, we did good. It was the 6th. So the 6th got a little bit crazy. Monday the 7th is another spend day. The 8th, which was Tuesday, we did not have any unexpected or any unbudgeted spending. the 9th, which was yesterday, we did no unbudgeted spending. Y'all, it was Prime days, and I was able to get through both days without purchasing anything from Amazon. Now, I was on there and I loaded up my cart because let me tell you, they had some good deals on things that we use sometimes on an everyday basis. But I kept telling myself that it wasn't in the budget and that we're not spending right now. So I am so incredibly proud of myself that I made it through Prime days and I did not do any unbudgeted spending. So proud of myself. So, both of those days were no spend days. Today, which is when I'm recording this, is the 10th, and I did not have any. I went to my doctor's appointment. I stopped at the grocery store. So yeah, so we did not have any unbudgeted spending today either. So for the first week of October, I have 2 avocado pits here. And every avocado pit that I color in is $2 that I have to put into the envelope. So that is $4 that I need to make sure that I budget to go into this, which actually what I'm going to do is I have some of my back to the bank money here. So I'm just going to pull $4 out of here. And we're just going to put it in there because if I don't, I'm going to forget. $1, $2, $3, $4. Okay. All right. So there's that taken care of. The change, we did have a lot of change. That's going to get counted up and I will take care of that in our cash stuffing. So that moves forward with that. So now let's break it down. Let's see how we did in regards to the actual budget. All right, so as we reviewed when we did the actual bank check-in, our salary did come in at the $15.13 and 90 cents. Our dash income for the week was $337.66. Our savings was, we pulled $74. And then our rollover and other income is $286.34, which when I totaled all that up, that gave us a total income for the week of $2,211.90. For our expenses, we paid all of our bills that needed to come out. So $600 for rent. DTE, which is our electric, was the $178.19. iStorage is $9.99. Everlance was $8.47, and then XM was $14.54. And our total for our fixed expenses came out to $811.19. When I subtracted our total fixed expenses from our total income, that gave us a leftover amount of $1,400.71. So our debt payment was totally blanking here. So $13.67, and then this one was the $26.85. I'm normally better prepared, but things happen. So our 4-pay total for this week is a little bit higher because there were the 4 pays that there was the one that I had forgotten about. So we ended up paying $225.52 for 4 pay payments. And then we had our extra debt payment, which is so exciting. Obviously we didn't budget for that because we didn't know how much money we were going to have to work with. But we ended up being able to pay $240.54 in extra debt from the savings challenges that we did in the month of September. And it was an amazing feeling. So our total for debt came out to $508.58. And then when I subtract the $508.58 from the $1,471, that gave us a leftover of $892.13. Gas this week, we spent $107.58. Groceries, I am so excited and happy because I came in under budget for groceries, and I cannot tell you the last time that I came in under budget for groceries. We spent a total of $172.91. I mean, that's phenomenal. Personal spending, we ended up doing $80. Miscellaneous was the $18.35. And then our date night take-home dinner was $28.82. So that brings our total for our cash envelopes, or what I like to call it, living expenses, to $407.66. So once I subtracted the $407.66 from our leftover of $892.13, that gave us $484.47. For our spending, the copay, I budgeted for $50 and only did $25. Household, I budgeted for $20 and we spent $11.74. Mr. Rodney, I budgeted for $20 and we spent $19. Golf, my boyfriend ended up not golfing, so we did not pull money out of that envelope, nor did we spend. I did some impulsive spending, which is why I had to save money, and it ended up totaling $41.35 after I spent the remainder of my personal spending money. I spent an additional $40 some odd dollars on top of that. The beauty purchase, we did not budget for that. A lot of times our spending, unless I know ahead of time, I don't budget for it. But if it's something that we need, it's complicated. I don't consider it unbudgeted spending, if that makes any sense. So for an example, my trip to Marshall's was the purchases that I made there for myself, I consider unbudgeted because it went above the personal spending amount that I gave myself for the week. The beauty product was they were things that I needed. It was a leave-in hair conditioner that I use, and then a skincare product that I use. So I don't consider that unbudgeted. I know it may be confusing, and I'm sorry. But that is the beauty of these budgets, is there's not a correct way to do it. These are made to where you can build them to fit what your needs are. So again, I went off on a tangent. I am refocusing. Beauty, we ended up spending $33. And then my kiddo. was $54.03, which brings our total spending for the week to $184.12. And then when I subtracted that from our leftover amount, we have $335. I cannot talk or read my own handwriting today, you guys. $335. Challenges, we did do the $75. Rollover, we are going to be rolling over into the next week, and this includes the money that has to go back to the bank, because I've not taken that back yet. So, and I took $4 from it. So that actually makes our savings 79, and our rollover is 199.83. Other savings, which is our money that rolls into our savings account in our bank, that came in at $16.48. And when all of this is totaled up, it's going to give us $295.31. So I can already tell just by the numbers being off that our numbers are off. But if you have not heard me say it, if you're new to the channel, I, as you can see, meticulously track my expenses. I have stopped putting the actual balance on there for privacy reasons. It was a request from my boyfriend. There's certain things that he feels very private about, but he is open to me doing this and sharing this with everybody. There's just certain things that I include and that I don't, due to privacy reasons. So I do know, based off my planning and my tracking, that my bank account is not off. It's on point. Everything's where it needs to be, down to the penny. So I know it's something that I did in the numbers. Part of it could be the change sitting here in this container. So I already know that the numbers are going to be off in that manner. So it's not going to be a zero-based budget. But what I'm going to do is, to determine where we're at, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to total up all of our category totals for the actual amount here in our summaries box. And then we are going to compare the total of the summaries box to the total income that we brought in. And I'm going to go ahead and speed through it for you guys. I'm sure you do not want to watch me sit and write this all out and calculate it. It will be very boring. And I already feel like this video is starting to get too long. So we also may split it, and I may do the budget with me in another video as well. So we'll see where that goes. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get the numbers in. I'm going to get them added up, and then we're going to come back and see how we did. Okay, so our total that we spent is $2,206.86. I'm going to subtract that from our income of $22.11.90, and it's a difference of $5.04. So that to me is not a huge deal. Like I said, because I know that my bank is where it's supposed to be and that my wallet was accurate, I'm not concerned. So yeah, I think that we did really, really well for the first week. And I did have a couple days where I did some unbudgeted spending, but the fact that my groceries came in under budget and we are good in the bank, I am very happy with that. And so I'm excited to see how we do in the second week of October. So I double checked my time, and I am definitely going to be splitting this into 2 videos. So coming up next, keep an eye out on the channel. I am going to be doing the budget with me for the 2nd week of October, and I am excited to see how we do. So if you all hung out with me throughout this entire video and you made it to the end, you are a rock star. And if you could please put your favorite star emoji down in the comments, I would greatly appreciate it. If you liked today's video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel and you have decided that you would like to continue following me on this journey that we are on, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so that you are notified whenever I am posting new videos. And I hope that you all have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.